Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We are on the play for game number 1 of round 1, and this hand looks keepable. I mean, this is a turn 2 Mystic Forge, which will set up pretty well. Or we could always go Kozilek's Command for X equals 2. So yeah, this is a keep. Not to mention we see a card on the top of Devourer. Could be a Thought-Knot Seer, a Karn. Overall, pretty strong hand. I do actually want to put a stop on my upkeep. I took that off because I was playing the Pioneer qualifier. Did not go well. Have not been practicing Pioneer in a hot minute. So Myco Spawn's interesting. I mean, it's a threat, so and ramp, so I think Myco Spawn's good here. We will play Ugin's Lab, trigger, imprint, tap, and cast Impulse and pass. Let's get a sense of what we're playing against. This seems like Ruby Storm if I had to wager a guess. Let's go. There's an argument that if they don't win, actually, okay, there's two arguments here for Kozilek's Command and holding it up. Of we A, can kick it, or kick Myco Spawn, but B, also exiling a Ral. So I think we hold up the command and hope that what they cast is Ral for their reduction. Okay, they're setting up. There's Past in Flames, Ren's Resolve. We'll go to end step, and we need to accelerate into an answer. All right. So X equals 2. We'll have 6 mana. Let's go mine. That way we can kick and assemble Tron. Ooh, a World Breaker as well. Actually, this is really nice. We might be able to kick them out of the game. So, actually, let's do it this way so we can also cast Mystic Forge. We'll go ahead and exile, I guess, Valakut. Doesn't really matter. He's not in this matchup. We'll grab the tower. That should set them back enough where it gives us another turn and World Breaker can come in to finish it off. Another Myco Spawn's great. I mean, we can pretty much kick them out of the game. So I think we're in a good spot. Well, so in Myco Spawn, then World Breaker, because Myco Spawn, that's 6. We actually would be short on the Breaker. So might just end up seeing what we play thereafter. Another Ren's Resolve. They still don't have a mana reducer on board, which is important for us. Thought-Knot Seer is good. So yeah, let's go ahead and kick again. And then we'll cast Thought-Knot as well for disruption. We'll go tower this time. Warping Well is actually pretty good here. So let's go ahead and cast another Forge. Let's go to combat. Pass back to them and then hold up Whale on the top. Okay, that will resolve. Because, yeah, if they go for a ritual, we can now... Oh, it is an instant. Unfortunate. There's the Ruby Medallion. Another instant. Artist's Talent is fine. Strike it rich. Not really what we need to hit here. They're just doing that to be able to trigger the talent, really, because it's the talent version. Gonna discard a Ral, surprising. Alright, the impulse we will hit, though. So, counter target sorcery spell. Actually, so before we do that, we let Artist Talent resolve. And now we respond by countering the impulse. Keep the Mega Spell on top, honestly. Alright. So we'll once again kick a Myco Spawn. Get rid of a mountain. We'll grab a forest. Ooh, Chalice. How much mana do I have right now? That's 3, 4. I mean, enough for Breaker. Cost 3 to get there, so I think we just go Breaker, honestly. Get rid of Ruby Medallion. So now they have no mana reduction. I mean, I imagine this has to be the game. Yeah. Perfect. So that seemed to be Boros Ruby Storm. Stonebrain in, Dismember in, Leveler in. Cut the Myco Spawn in dust. Even though Myco Spawn was an absolute house there, I think it definitely normally doesn't end up that way. I will keep this. I'll reveal Devourer and pass. Think we put Devour underneath. Kozilek's Command could be interesting. Eldrazi Temple's also okay, but I think the Kozilek's Command is going to be more versatile here. So let's go ahead and imprint, and then we're holding up for Dismember, really. Okay, opponent's not going to do anything. Play the Power Plant, pass, once again holding up Dismember. On end step we could play the command. Ritual resolves. Ugh, Ruby Medallion, that was the worst case scenario there. Anamorphose. Land for turn. There's Ral. Desperate Ritual. Let's go ahead and Dismember. Let that resolve. Can't really do anything else right now, so let's hold. What say you, opponent? There's a wish for a glimpse. Past in Flames, Reckless Impulse, and 3 Eldrazi spawns. Interesting. Oh, type in my Excel file and not go next. Warping Whale. Warping Whale might be beneficial. beneficial here, and if not, then we have Kozilek's Command. There's also an argument. I mean, I guess if they flash back, it could be Warping Whale. Yeah. I could alternatively just exile it now, then hold up 2. Let's do that, actually. So me... Oh, wrong buttons. I want to cast Kozilek's Command and exile 2 from Graveyard. Let's go Past in Flames. Wish? Wish might be right. Desperate Ritual also is right. Metamorphose. I think Metamorphose might be correct. So let's do it like this and hold up Warping Whale. Medallion's fine. Okay, there's a Karn. We have enough for Trinisphere. Orm's Chant. Well, Karn will resolve. We still have access to, to Whale. We could always grab Disruptor Flute here. Make Grape Shot more expensive. That's a thought. And or... I mean, it doesn't hurt to do so, right? If we have it, need it in a pinch. Otherwise, we do have this Whale. So I think I might just grab the Trinisphere, honestly. It might be the best idea. And then we could do Might next turn as well. Yeah, Trinisphere and Might, hold up the Whale. Alright, yeah, that's fine. At least we get rid of one Ruby. We have the Whale up. I don't think they can really do much here in the grand scheme. And yep, that's gonna be a Warping Whale. Warping Whale stocks have gone up, friends. Alright, well, they do have some here. They can Glimpse, Reckless. It's nothing. I guess they have another Reckless. Ugh. Maybe the... No, I think it would have resulted in a similar outcome. Even if we hadn't used the Whale. It's Wish. Does Wish really get them anything here? Not really, right? I don't think they can play this Reckless again. What can Wish get them? I guess it could get them and empty the Warrens, but we can just then grab a Engineered Explosives and clear board. I guess they can take down Karn with Grape Shot, as well as hit me for a bit of damage, but then we still have Trinisphere to follow up with. And that'll make their life difficult. That chant actually was really good. The Trinisphere would have made things difficult for them. What could they have in the side? Wishing for... I guess they could have Alchemist. Flage. That's wild. Who would have thunk about a Flage? Huh. Okay. Well, I'm not horribly upset by this. So so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if playing Mystic Forge is right. I think it is. Let's go Mystic Forge here. Devour 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would mean that they would need to recognize that they need to get rid of the Eldrazi spawn and not target me. Really interesting to see Flage in the side. Alright, well, let's see how they play this, because this will be their entire turn. Though actually, do they have the white? Yeah, they do. Gemstone Caverns. Here comes Flage, I imagine. If they don't hit the Eldrazi spawn, I think we just lock up the game. Yep, ETB trigger. Targets. Yeah, we'll sacrifice. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, we could bring it back. Another Ruby Medallion for what it's worth. We could try and go into a temple. Oh, command will work. Yeah. And the temple too. Yeah, sure. Sure. Well, we'll ramp and exile. Ramp and exile. Goodbye, Flage. And then let's play the Trinisphere and pass. We'll have enough for the temple to exile something if we really need. But now they need to get rid of this Trinisphere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we have the Leveler. I think Leveler might be better here. Why don't you grab an opponent? Okay. Play this and we will get rid of a Ruby Medallion. And that's the game. Good stuff. All right. Well, with that being said, we'll be back in just a bit for round number 2. All right, and we are back for round number 2. Cannot keep this hand reasonably. Trying to think here. I mean, we could. It would get us towards a Mystic Forge on 3. Feels a bit slow, though. I think they're better 5-card hands in comparison. I say, well, this one is hot garbage. So down to 4. We'll keep this. Drop. Done. Pass. Yeah, probably could have kept the what, 6? Yeah, looking like a bad. Oh, almost missed the imprint. But yeah, looking like a bad result here. Ooh, this is Jeskai Energy. All right. Johnny, yeah, not looking great. We're not dead in the water, but this could be a lot better. If they have a Goblin Bombardment, it's pretty much over, I'd imagine. Attack in 4/4, Bombardment, or even a Flash. Just a way to flip the Johnny, honestly. Opponent casts. Discharge, yeah. So like I said, any way to flip the Johnny will be pretty beneficial at this point with my board being clear. The bombardment also would have been better since they would have been able to ping as well, but Thought Knot Seer isn't bad. It at least sets up a blocker. See what our opponent has remaining in hand. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll at least get them to spend 2 mana instead of just 1. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. They'll have the discharge. Yeah. So discharge hits Thought Knot. Maybe it would have been right to take the discharge instead, since at least then they have to play it at sorcery speed rather than instant. Takes up 1 mana on their turn. Yeah, probably would have been the right move. Let's see what they get with EI. What's my saving grace here? I guess it would have to be... Even an All's Dust alone doesn't really do much. Pride is going to make it harder. They're going to have enough cats to start buffing with a Johnny. Yeah. Not like we have a 1 ring that can give us an extra turn either. So yeah, I'm going to say this is likely a game 1 loss. Unfortunate, but you're looking for better hands and just didn't find them. Yeah. Alright, go next. Should have kept the mediocre 6. We'll bring in 2 Dismember. I kind of want to bring in the Leveler since it is Jeskai, but I think we'll keep and just cut the Myco Spawn. Seeing that they have EI, Whale goes up in value as well. As far as sideboard's concerned, I'm kind of worried about Consigned Memory. Of course, there is Obsidian Charmaw, and the like. Double red shouldn't be too hard for them, but at the same time, given that they're 3 colors, it might be a bit more difficult. So you might not see that, though I imagine we see a Dampening Sphere instead. Just to be mindful of that. Otherwise, you have to remember Mockingbird, as they should be running that as well, I'd imagine. Yeah, State of Energy is interesting right now. It's still very strong. I still think we play well into it, but we'll have to see. On to play for game 2. 1/7 drop would have made this so good. Maybe we can dismember their turn 1 play. Let's keep it. Let's drop the tower. And let's play the Temple Pass. The reason why I dropped the tower is because in case you find a 7 drop, it could be relevant. No 1 drop. Interesting. Well, that does make this interesting. Kind of wishing we kept the tower now. But we do have Dismember up still. So I Myco Spawn on 3 for ramp. What you gonna play, opponent? A Johnny? There's the Johnny. Question is to dismember it or not? I think we do. Let's go ahead and dismember the Johnny. Just as Shieldred intended. And then Chalice of the Void. Interesting. I mean, an X equals 1 is probably correct here. So let's do that. And go Chalice X equals 1. Actually, no, we can do both. What am I talking about? We can go Soil Micro Spawn. I think we do lean into Eldrazi Temple here. Definitely accidentally passed there instead of a Chalice, but we have Kozilek's command up, so I'm not as upset by it, but still annoying. I'm gonna regret that, I can already feel it. Okay, Sacred Foundry. What are we gonna see here? I mean, if it is an X equals 1, or 1 mana spell, then at least we have Kozilek's command. It's not as unfortunate. Onslaught Pride resolves. A Johnny. Well, we want to exile the Johnny, so we can't block the cat. Yeah, that Onslaught Pride should have been not on the field. Mine. Well, let's do this. We have enough mana to where I feel comfortable scrying. Okay. Click on the right things, please. Get rid of a Johnny. Drop Power Plant. I do like Forge. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Devour would be 7. So I think we I do want Devour next turn. Let's go top, and top. Then Chalice on 1 and pass. Well, at the very least, get rid of the Onslaught Pride, but yeah, that misplay earlier might cost me. There'd only be 2 Cat Warriors on the field rather than the Onslaught Pride as well. Because if they have a Flage, for example, then they'll be able to get some attacks in. And there's the Flage. Yup. That's 6, 7, 8, so not going to have enough for City's Blessing at least. Thing is, they might have enough for Flage next turn. I mean, they'll be 1 off. I may have wanted to keep this Scalding Tarn, funny enough. Interesting. I mean, it's possible they also just have a fetch in hand. We should be at 9 theoretically. We'll see if that one 1 damage might cost me in the long run. Are you gonna play something into the Chalice, maybe? Guess you could Mockingbird. Mockingbird for 1, copy a cat. EI. EI finds what? Well, Flage is now online. Just need 1 turn. Arena of Glory. Well, that's a mild problem. Because now they can kill the Devourer, and that would be lethal regardless of that 1 difference in life from earlier. So we really need to see a Kozilek's command off the top. Another Flage, jeez. So down to 5. You can push me down to 3 right now. Or sorry, down to 2 actually. Huh. So that's 2 life I'd otherwise have. Well, play Mystic Forge. Gotta be joking me. And we're 1 off. It unfortunately would not have mattered in the outcome, even if we had 2 additional life because of the Arena of Glory. Just the ETB and attack trigger alone. So we need to Mystic Forge here. Thought Not Seer won't cut it, so that is in fact the game. Well, mistakes were made, but unfortunately it did not matter in the long run. Flaze is just a bit of a powerful card. Maybe there's an argument to be had about holding up the command, but also just having the Ajani flip is an issue. Hard to say. But with that being said, we'll be back in just a bit for round number 3. Alright, and we are back for round number 3. On the draw, this hand's interesting. I mean, it's keepable. So turn 3 Thought Knot. As early as a turn 2 Thought Knot. If we do find a 7-drop, otherwise a turn 2 Chalice. So Micro Spawn's kind of dead here. It's one of those situations of, once again, it's not a bad hand, but it's kind of mediocre. There are better 6-card hands, I would argue. So let's go ahead and mulligan it. Huh. A temple or a lab makes this hand a lot better. Let's keep it, drop the dust, reveal the Devourer, and pass. Ooh, could be a bit of a mirror match. Could also be Gleaming Flesh Ranker on a green Brute Scale combo. There's a few different things that this could be. There's the lab that I was looking for. I'll take that. Imprint Devourer. We'll hold up the command. I mean, if we're able to play Karn on 3 along with Liquid Metal, we'll be in a decent position, I think. Starting to look more and more like on a green Brood Scale combo, but not playing anything. That's interesting. Alright. Once again, we'll sit. Wait to see what we need to do with Kozilek's command. I think one thing with the new meta, especially if it being as graveyard heavy as it is, I need to learn how to utilize Kozilek's command a little bit differently than I have in the past. maybe a bit more conservative if it's casting, if I don't inherently need to. But the opponent not playing anything's concerning. I think there's an argument here to actually put a stop on my end step and respond at the end. And get rid of this Eldrazi spawn token now. They did this to ramp into something. The question is what? So I think I want to deny them that mana they generated. His name's familiar. I forget why. They might be in the Eldrazi Tron Discord. But they're debating on whether or not to draw the card on top or put it to the bottom. Alright. Let's go ahead and exile that spawn. And I'll move the stop now. Maybe it's right just to keep that stop in general going forward. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Also, let's see, that's 4 mana. Sowing Microspawn. Could be the Kozilek's command. If it is, there's a world where I might actually go Karn into an EE to get rid of their spawns. Sowing Mycospawn. So likely a mono green Eldrazi Tron then. Though we've only seen green, so I guess it could be Eldrazi Ramp. Yeah, I mean 2 forests, normally that's the max for Eldrazi Tron. So I'd say if there's a Tron land, then it's likely. Yeah, Butter. Yeah. Could be Eldrazi Tron or Eldrazi Ramp. He has opinions. That resolves. Alright. Another Kozilek's command. Well, we could go ahead and play Karn, and that would leave me with 2 mana. Not really enough to do anything. 2, 4, 6 mana total. The concern would be a Sowing Mycospawn kicked. They can kind of play around it with the Kozilek's command. There's no real way for us to... Well, actually, is there? 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would be 1 off then. Would allow me to still Karn if they have another Mycospawn. At least Karn's on board. They get rid of Ugin's Lab and left with Temple, Tower, and an Ugin's Lab. It's not playing a fire, sir. Alternatively, we just ramp more with command and basically replace the mana we lose out on. Huh. Tough decision. Yeah, let's hold back with command. I guess even if they do target Ugin's Lab, we can always return Devourer to hand, though I'm not really caring much for the Devourer. Let's see the Myco spawn kicked, because that's what I'm assuming is happening here. Still haven't determined which version of Eldrazi this is, though. Shifting Woodlands tells me that this is ramp. Yep, there's the Utopia Sprawl. I still have 6 mana then. 7 in fact. Chooses red. It's likely Gruul Eldrazi ramp at a minimum. Could still be Temur. Need to be mindful of Emrakul the Promised End. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'll take the 3. No reason to block in our rush this Kozilek's command, I don't think. See what they play here. Nothing. Well, that's just odd. X equals 5. Another Kozilek's command. Chalice. Don't think Chalice is doing much here. Definitely want Kozilek's command in the back. Don't really want Devourer. I guess drop the card and put the temple on top. Kozilek's return. Fascinating. Too bad it won't add up the way you wanted it to. Would it resolve? And then cast the command. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that should do it. Unity to the bottom, command on top, and then Ulamog on top. You got anything else for me, bud? Probably want to get rid of these Eldrazi temples so they don't have any colorless mana available. Another command. So 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Get rid of both the temples. No colorless mana for you. The Kozilek's return was interesting. I do respect that play. I'm not sure how they get out of this one, short of an whatchamacallit, Emrakul the Promised End. I guess an X2 command here. It'd allow them to still have some colorless mana if that's the case. Opponent's thinking hard here. I mean, if they have the command, I'd imagine they'd use it here. Otherwise, they're kind of stuck on lands. Yep, here it is. Next 2. Ulamog resolves. So we're left with, what, 2, 3, 4, 6 mana. I guess enough for a kicked Myco spawn, for what it's worth. Seven, enough for a Devourer or a World Breaker. 9 total for Emrakul the Promise End. Red. What are you casting? Null Drifter? Sure. Do you want to? You may exile. Kinda need to get rid of that Null Drifter. That Annihilator 1 is a bit of a burden. Though we have the Kozilek's command to kind of play around it, so I'm not horribly perturbed. So it's likely Temur Eldrazi then. Warping Whale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one short of being able to exile the Null Drifter. Well, like I said, I don't really care about the Annihilator 1. I'll go down to 24. Or rather, 24 cards in the library. Guess I could play Karn and still hold up enough for Kozilek's command X equals 2 if I really wanted. Karn would die as a response, though. Doesn't really benefit me much. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So Emrakul Promise End is still a ways off. Alright, we'll just pass the turn. I guess I should take a look and see what we exiled. Give us some more information on our opponent's deck. Ghost Quarter's in there. That's good to know. Sanctum of Ugin, interesting. So that's 8. Casting a Malevolent Rumble. That's 9. Could that get them to 13? 9, 10. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Well, it's 2. So, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So still a bit off. There is the Emrakul, the Promised End, but chooses the Talisman of Impulse. 5, 6. Oh, I see what you're going to attempt. Maybe? No, you don't have enough. But you could have a land in hand, I suppose. Even if you were, I can exile the Emrakul Promise End. You're 1 green short. Okay. I think we do want to exile stuff in their graveyard here. So it is Temur Eldrazi ramp. And they realize that they've milled themselves out. Okay. So, Temur Eldrazi ramp. Game 1 win. Yes, Butter. Yeah. Stonebrain in, Leveler in, Might in. And we'll cut the Chalice of the Void. Hi, sir. Can I help you? Yes, can I help you? Butter. I think I may have added to a wish list instead of removing. Boy. You can't go into the closet. No. It's not allowed. Sir, I see that little paw reaching. Hi, little mischief maker. He's clearly giving me feedback on that match. Is that so? Alright. On the draw for game number 2. This hand is interesting. I mean, a land gets me to a Thought Knot, and a Talisman gets me to summon Mycospawn, so I think we keep. They reveal Devourer. I will reveal Devourer. I need a Talisman so I can Mycospawn then kick a Mycospawn after. Hopefully they don't have a similar hand. 3 cards entered exile. Okay. Well, there's the lab. I imagine we see the Devourer underneath of it. Yep. Well, no green source, unfortunately, but we'll take the mine. Ugin's Lab, Devourer, play the Might to threaten it at least. Don't stick your face in my glass, that's mine, not yours. And then I guess it's a Thought Knot on 3 right now. Not as good as I was hoping for, but we'll see how it fares. It seems they have an equally slow start. I say as they have in Lab and on an imprint. They could play Karn here. They do play Karn now. At least the Gruul versions do. Talisman, okay. Interesting. Other Thought Knots here. So we have good turn 3, turn 4 plays. Might as well attack with a Might. I guess I should hold up the ability to respond to a kicked Mycospawn or World Breaker. Yeah. Kinda what I figured might happen. So now we're kind of relying on... Oof, what do we need? I guess we just need Natural Tron at this point. Yep, in response, I'll return that to hand. It's not looking great, I'll tell you what. I guess we would have been... we wouldn't have been short. They would have likely hit at this point. The Uggin's Lab, we would have had an Eldrazi Temple. Well, you know, ask and you shall receive in regards to that Natural Tron, I suppose. Hopefully they don't have another Sowing Myco spawn. Because at least then we can play Thought-Knot Seer. I'll take the 3. Do not put your face in my glass. No. Do not, sir. That is my water. You have your own water. Alright. Interesting. No plays. Well, let's play the Thought-Knot Seer, see what's in your hand, friend. I'm a little bit worried about this Emrakul, I will admit. Oh, I'm very worried about this Emrakul now. Well, dang it. Yeah, I'll attack in. No reason not to. Because they're going to take control of my turn. I mean, they can't really do a horrible amount of damage with the current hand. But they can Kozilek's command X equals 2, 4, 6, 8. And then untap with untap, bring Emrakul back to hand, and then take control of my turn. Yeah, that's likely what's going to happen. Yep. Well, that is a problem. Not like the worst problem I've seen in the world, but a problem nonetheless. We'll force Thought-Knot Seer to attack into Emrakul, so we'll draw an extra card. That's my recourse here. I guess obviously like a Karn into a Ensnaring Bridge. I mean, even Karn... No, I wouldn't have enough Karn into Leveler, not to mention Leveler's in deck. So that really would be Karn into E-Bridge. That would be my saving grace here. Well, we'll pass to you, friend. Top 3, bottom 5. You could also see another kicked Myco spawn. Oh, what are we doing here? Could be another... What is happening? Huh. I mean, the longer this gets drawn out, the better off for me. I have a huge advantage in regards to time. So going to a game 3 is not necessarily bad for me, and pushing my luck here is beneficial. You have another one? Oh, Jesus. I was like, okay, just taking out the tower, that's fine. I have a tower in the hand. But they have another Myco spawn, that's unfortunate. Another World Breaker? Oh, just the Emrakul. Yeah. So they just found another Emrakul to Promise End. Yes, that is a thing you have. Well, have fun with my turn. I guess you could Ugin's Lab, tuck the Devourer. I mean, like I said, there's not much you can do here that truly messes me up. You can attack with Thought-Knot, draw an extra card, attack the Haywire Mites, so I don't have as many blockers. I just need to Hail Mary a Karn off the top. That would be ideal. We'll be up to 19. And I guess you can take control of my turn again. Can you? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, they're short. So they can't do it again, even if I were to get an E-Bridge. That's good news. Triggers. You have to stack the triggers. I don't have it. That's really funny. I think I'm not sure if it applies for me or them, but I don't automatically stack my triggers, so they have to. I wonder if my settings affect them. If so, that's really funny. Come on, go ahead, play a land. I dare ya. Okay. So yeah, Karn off the top is what we need. Well, All's Dust does not get us what we need. Let's play the tower. I mean, that's 16, unless they can deal Devourer. We could see what they have in hand. That's still 18 down to 1. Yeah, why not? Let's try and clear out potential options. Alright, friend. What you got? If we were to find Mystic Forge, it wouldn't be enough. So attack all out. Yep. 18. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I block here or not, so I will refuse. Down to 1. Mystic Forge doesn't do it anyways. Devour to hand? Sure. Oh, bollocks. Another World Breaker? Oh, okay, Devour, that's fine. Oof. Yep, that will not do it, unfortunately. Alright, I'll take him 3. Probably just run it back as is. Yeah. I'm gonna imagine they don't run Karn in this list. That'd be my guess, at least. Didn't see any consigns either, though. On to play for game 3. I mean, it's a turn 2 Thought Knot. And potentially a turn 3 Karn. I'll keep it. Otherwise, a turn 4 Karn. A little bit slower than I'd like, but let's go with the hand disruption. Especially if they mulligan here. Perfect, down to 5. This Thought Knot's looking even better. I mean, honestly, probably the best thing it would be if they have Lab, 7-drop, Talisman. That'd be 3 out of the 5 cards I strip their 1 of. Oh no, opponent, I am so sorry. Down to 4. I mean, Eldrazi Tron does well at as low as 4. And I mean, oh. Down to 3. Yeah, that's my thought too, Butter. That's no bueno. I am sorry. I do not know what that 5 or 4 card hand looked like, but 3 ain't going to be much better. At least with 3 I can go 2 Tron lands and Devour and Prey, but I don't know about Eldrazi Tron. I don't think they can really make that work, especially if I have a Thought Knot on 2. Alright, well, down to 3 cards. Let's play the Eldrazi Temple and pass. And pass. Eldrazi Temple and pass. Draw. Second Eldrazi Temple, and let's go with a Thought Knot Seer. A Stone Brain and Myco Spawn. I don't know I care about the Stone Brain at all, to be completely honest. At most they take Karn. Not the biggest deal. It takes them 2 turns to do it. A Stone Brain if no backup is just not really a good play. Well, let's play Talisman of Impulse. Honestly, I think we sit back on the Myco Spawn and more or less just kick them while they're down. So I activate the Stone Brain, name Karn the Great Creator. 2, 3, 4. I guess I could have a Thought Knot. I'm not sure if Temur runs Thought Knot. You can cast Stone Brain. Or activate it, rather. Name Karn the Great Creator. Because if you don't, that Stone Brain's going to be null and void. I might just go for the kicked Mega Spawn anyways, to be honest. Get rid of that Eldrazi Temple. Opponent's under 5 minutes on the clock. That is relevant. They're thinking hard about this one. It looks like they will Stone Brain. Or not. It is a Kozilek's command and they just mistap the Eldrazi Temple. That's an option. If it is... Okay, going Stone Brain. Target me, naming Karn the Great Creator. I guess they could go for sowing Mycospawn. Might not be a half bad idea, honestly, because me casting a kicked Mycospawn right now really hurts them. Ulamog was not the pick. I don't know. Ulamog is only the pick of a Stone Brain if you already have the game won. There was no point in naming Ulamog there. Oh, sorry to say, friend, but I think that's the end for you. I do not foresee a way getting out of this one. We'll grab a mine. Attack with Thought Knot. Next turn we can grab Karn, Liquid Metal Coating. Yep. Alright, well we got there in the end. With that being said, we'll be back with round number 4 here in just a few short moments. Alright, and we are back for round number 4 on the draw here in game number 1. Hand is not great, so we'll mulligan this, I think. Hand is palatable, actually. We can drop the Allah's Dust, keep this, and pass to you. Water. Ooh, well that is Tron, now ain't it? So, we'll end up in a pretty good spot here. As long as we're able to cast the Sowing Mycospawn. Even if we can't, they'll still have to contest with Karn on turn 2, which is also very difficult to deal with. Could be Ruby Storm though, which if it is, that could be an issue. I haven't seen anything just yet to suggest it. It's more likely that this is energy, which this All's Dust will do a lot of good at dispatching. So there's the Goblin Bombardment, so this is in fact energy, not Ruby Storm. So I want to say we're in a pretty good spot here. I think the only thing that could really turn this around for them would be a Static Prison. Guidus Holes, that's fine. Yeah, if you will it into the world. Alright, well let's see what we draw. Another tower. Well, we'll pass. This now means that we're going to play Karn on 3. A little bit slower than I'd like. And Guidusel is going to enable his prison to stay on board. I could always minus Karn, grab a talisman from underneath and then play the Mycospawn the following turn. Oof. A grabbing card now really does help them now, doesn't it? So this is Mardu Energy. You just had to have all the right cards. Ocelot Pride? No, a Johnny. Yes. Which will generate 2 energy. The question is, do you attempt to attack me down with Guide of Souls? The saving grace here, of course, will be drawing into a Urza's power plant. They do not. They play it smart. As long as they play creatures, that Static Prison will remain on board. Thought Not Seer is good, though. Presents me with a blocker, as well as hand disruption. Like I said, really speaking, what we need to do is just hold out for this All Is Dust. Galvanic Discharge out. We do not want that Ajani to... well, I mean, they can still flip it with the Bowmaster, but at least now they can't kill the Thought Knot all too easily. Keep Static Prison on board, of course. Another Guide of Souls, just when things couldn't get worse. You can't really block the cat. It's likely they're going to just float the Guide of Souls. Actually, they can float 2 things. They can probably float the Johnny and the Guide of Souls. Keep the cat on ground. Can't block it. Why wouldn't you? And floating the cat here doesn't really benefit you either. And I guess it's dealing more damage, yeah. So what we need a top deck right now is a power plant. I guess a talisman wouldn't be bad either. It allows us to get to Mycospawn 2 power plant. So talisman, a Cavern of Souls, a forest. All those would be good. Float the cat. I guess they're just going to stack damage on cat. So now 3 turns to deal with this. Warping Whale, you say? Warping Whale's interesting. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would mean if we drew into a temple, you'd also be able to cast All Is Dust. And they attack. Alright. There's a few things going on here, and it depends on what they draw into, I think. Let's see how this Warping Whale plays out, but our main out right now is going to be this All Is Dust, I think. I mean, you've opened up the number of options, at least. Fortunately, a talisman no longer does it. Right? Talisman. I mean, a talisman still... That's concerning. Fascinating. Why do that? can't block the cat anyways. What in the world is going... Oh. Yeah, this will trigger, that will trigger 8 and then 4. Go to combat. I want to see what you do with this. Trigger. Targets? Targeting the Guide of Souls. So that would be 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I can get rid of a 1/1. I can get rid of the Guide of Souls as well. So, if I do, I then would need to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd be short 2, wouldn't I? That is unfortunate. Well, let's Warping Whale then. We'll go ahead, because if I block, yeah, so 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. So we'll go ahead and exile the Guide of Souls. Whale was necessary, though. Two blockers. Doesn't matter what we block. So I guess get rid of the Guide of Souls. Or the Johnny. Go for an issue. Get rid of the Johnny. And then on end step, I will return Allah's Dust. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives me 5. So I need something that generates 2 mana. This will be our saving grace. Let's see if it pays out. Of course. Let me confirm one more time. 2, 3, 4, giving me only 5. So, yep, that's unfortunate. If I would have exiled the Guide of Souls, would have made a difference on the ETB trigger. Exile the Guide of Souls. No, I still would have been short, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Unfortunate. If only what they had wasn't a creature. Well, if that being said, we take out the or bring in the dismembers, take out 2 Sowing Mycospawn, and ship it. Mardu Energy, still a very strong deck, and I think it's probably the version. I think Mardu's probably going to be the main version of Energy going forward. Boros is still good, but I think Mardu with the ability to hand disrupt is very strong. Only time will tell, though. Question is, Mardu, we've seen Charmaw and Damping Sphere, but on the play for game number 2. Not good enough. This one's interesting. I think we drop the talisman and go Temple Mine Chalice. And then Kozilek's command after. I feel like it might be too slow though. Whereas maybe Mystic Forge on 3 instead. Yeah, I think maybe doing this is better. Alright, play the temple. Pass. What you got here, friend? Duress. Vel. Do we cycle the command? No, I think they have to make a decision here. I think the command is the right choice, but they might end up taking the Forge. Well, the fact they didn't have a turn 1 makes me feel a bit better about binning the Chalice. Yeah, the command's the right choice. I guess you could argue the talisman in case I draw into a Zoan Myco spawn. That is a big if, especially as I cut 2. But they don't know that, so I can see why they would choose the ramp. And it also does slow down Forge. Vel. Chalice on 1 is good here. Since you didn't play a threat, that gives me an opportunity, meaning that your 2-drop will be exiled by command. Let's see that Ajani, please. Yep. And then we'll Kozilek's command it. I'll play around Bowmaster, Discharge, etc. So let's go ahead and exile Ajani. I do think for the most part, when interacting with Ajani, you do want to play at sorcery speed. Next turn we have the Forge, and hopefully can ramp into something worth our while. Let's see what you got, opponent. Chthonian Nightmare. Yeah, the Amped Raptor replacement. Doesn't really do much right now, though, so I'm okay with this. We'll take the damage. And all is dust. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could. Not sure it's necessary right now, though. So let's play the Forge. I was thinking about sacking a spawn. Oh. Well, that does change things now, doesn't it? So this guarantees an all is dust next turn if we need. I'm curious what they would be playing with Chthonian Nightmare. Well, I guess it just is like an additional sack outlet for Johnny, which you might see here. I'd be fine with that. Bowmaster, targets. Target a spawn. Oh, no orc army for you then. No blocks. Activate only the sorcery, that's good. Dismember, not really doing much with that at the moment. All is dust. I do think I do want to just get rid of this dismember. Well, you know what? Green source is fine. World Breaker as well as Sowing Myco Spawn. I'm still tempted to exile at the beginning of my upkeep though, not gonna lie. Looks like we're gonna be going to game number 3. Not much else to change or think about here. I think the thought knots are still correct. You didn't see any Tron hate specifically in the way of Charmal or Dampsphere. Doesn't mean it's not there though. That's the one thing I do miss about Jingantha. It was really easy to tell if they had sideboarded something in. Slowly but surely, the companions do become extinct. But we're on the draw for game number 3. It's kind of a mediocre hand, to be honest. Like, we have better hands, but it's not bad either is the thing, right? No, we're on the draw, so mediocre hand might just not cut it. 7-drop would have made this a lot better. We could hope to draw into one. Well, that's a tall ask. Especially because they have a ton of hand disruption right now, too. Probably 7 between Thoughtseize and Duress, I'd imagine. Which also means going down further feels worse and worse. I'll keep it. Pitch the Mystic Forge. Pass the turn. I swear to God. Moto, please, cooperate. Yeah, there's the Thoughtseize. I mean, taking the Karn might be right here. We can play the Myco Spawn eventually, even without the Talisman. So taking the Talisman does slow me down a turn, I suppose. As long as I don't draw into a 7-drop, that is. Yeah, I think that's one of the major reasons why my win rate against Mardu Energy is as low as it is. The hand disruption is brutal, especially if we're on the draw. It just kind of tears up a lot of our strategies, whereas Boros doesn't have that, and we can just kind of ramp out into an all is dust. Or an answer. But Mardu does make it more difficult, though they're a bit slower in regards to their lethality, which does leave me with more opportunities. So, give and take, I suppose. Like, this isn't the worst thing to see on turn 1. I still think the worst thing to see on turn 1 is a Ragavan, a Guide of Souls. Those are probably the 2 best cards for them to play. Apply pressure on board. So, Thoughtseize is probably a safe 3rd. I think, I don't know, what would be the right move? Sowing Myco Spawn, so they're not worried about Karn. Alright. 7-drop. Not great, not horrible. Ocelot Pride. Theater. So they don't have the second red source just yet for an Obsidian Charm off. They do have it. Keeps the card on top. We'll play the... Yeah, we'll play the Forest. That way I have to pay a bit more for the Charm off. The Kozilek's command is interesting. We do cast Karn. What do we cast Karn for, I guess is a good question. I mean, I guess we could grab a Mystic Forge and try and dig deeper. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Alright. 2, 4, 6, 7. Not City's Blessing yet. Chalice of the Void. Well, that's intriguing. No imprint. Talisman of Unity and then Chalice on one? Also could just Chalice on one, hold up the command, exile the Goblin Shaman. Because they could end up pitching a... Or actually, do we even play the Chalice? Because I'm worried about them pitching a Flage. That a 5/1 fetch would get him the 6. So we'd want a Kozilek's command then. So we could Kozilek's command X equals 1. Yeah, we'll hold up the command. A little bit worried of Flage with that Fable the Mirror Breaker. Let's see if I was justified in my concern. Otherwise, I can always exile either the Goblin Shaman or the Ocelot Pride and generate a mana. I think I might go after the Pride, if so. Okay. There is the Flage. Let's see the fetch, friend. Arena of Glory. You're still one off. Well... If you duress, you can choose either Kozilek's command. Oh, but you'll be able to play it with the Goblin Shaman. So let's exile. Get rid of the Pride, get rid of the Flage. Done. We'll take the Karn. No Flage for you, friend. Yeah, the Goblin Shaman would have given him the last bit of mana to play it on second main. Oof. Another Pride. And a Guide of Souls? No, they would have played it opposite order. Another Pride? Or Static Prison? I guess it could be a Static Prison for a Talisman. Okay, next turn we X equals 1 for Chalice. 2 with Johnny. Yikes. Well, now you do have City's Blessing for what it's worth. No life gain this turn, though. But a Johnny, well, you get another cat token. Then, so you need to have gained life, so no additional tokens there. Only 5 mana. Chalice is not what I need to see right now. A little bit concerning, especially with the fact that Fable the Mirror Breaker can copy a Cat Warrior token on end step. It will sacrifice itself, triggering a Johnny. That is mildly concerning. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what are you hasting? Nothing. Though this could be a Charmaw? Meltdown. Yeah. Set me back to the Stone Age, why don't you? Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I think that is the game. I don't have an out to that. Warpy Whale does me no good here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they got it. Well, you can't win them all. With that being said, we'll be back in a bit for round number 5 in just a few short moments. Alright, and we are back for round number 5. Right? Round number 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, round number 5 on the play. Let's take a look at this opening hand. I mean, a Talisman or Green Source would make this pretty good. Otherwise, a turn 3 Karn. Oh, hey, it's the Adonis. I want to say, was the last time we played against each other, they were on Belcher? That might be right. I'd have to look back, but we definitely played against the Adonis before. Tis not the first time. Alright, reveal Devourer. Trigger on the stack. Warping Whale actually does ramp us into Karn a turn earlier. Oh, no, it doesn't because da-da-da. Well, it's still not bad to have. Yeah, maybe we should have had the Kozilek. Am I dumb or something? I am dumb. Christ almighty. Not even thinking about the second Ugin's Lab in hand. Game 1. Yeah, I've been playing, like, it's not an excuse, but I've been playing since 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the Pioneer qualifier, so I'm gonna chalk that one up to me being just a wee bit tired. Well, we have the Whale, we have the Karn on 3, gonna have the Karn on 2. They wouldn't have anything to play, we would have been in a good spot. Christ almighty. Just was not thinking. Okay, I was about to say, what's going on here? That's gonna be a Glaring Flesh Raker. A Memnite. Yeah, this could be a problem. Ornithopter. Yep, I think this is colorless Cheerios, basically. How do we want to address this? Torpor Orb would have been really good here. explosives on 0. We wouldn't have enough. Though it's possible that we might. Alright, well, let's play the whale. Create a 1/1. Pass the end step. Well, that does work out. We need to get rid of that Gleaming Flesh Raker ASAP. Okay, not the end of the world. And then I think we can Karn and then X equals 0 for an engineered explosive should do the trick. Mystic Forge. Slight problem, but Fleshraker's not on field, making it more tolerable at least. Power plant. Interesting. Mystic Forge is an issue. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves me a 4. I do need to deal with the Memnites and Thopter. The main way they would kill is with the Glaring Flesh Raker. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. I mean, we could stop them from playing a lot. We would take... Karn would take 2 damage, though? No, 1 damage. Then I could clear board. If only we had taken the breaker, this would be a bit more palatable. X equals 0 might be the move. So if that's the case, I'd want to Karn. What else is in exile? Nothing of use. Minus Karn. They need a Flesh Raker to win, more or less. Let's go with... We could just actually... It might be safer to go Torpor Orb, block, take 2. And let's go with Torpor Orb here. I think that's just how they win. As long as we can then keep Karn on board, they won't be able to do too much. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you grab? I guess you could have Pithy Needle in your deck. That would be a slight issue. Yep, Pithy Needle for Karn. But now you're trying to kill me with these 1/1s. Mox Opal. So, okay, well now we have the 4/4. There's Saga. That'll eventually create some constructs. That's a Glaring Flesh Raker. So the Torpor Orb was right. Because we probably would have just died to the Flesh Raker's damage. I mean, they can just pretty much go off. Chalice equals 1. Not too worried about that. All 3 at Karn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd be 1 short. And Karn really can't do much now. So yeah, Karn will go. Sowing Mycospawn does not make the cut, unfortunately. I'm not sure I have a clean way out now. Yeah, Karn turn earlier would have made a huge difference. Unfortunate. Just was not thinking clearly. Trying to think of what my recourse is at this point. Not sure there is much of one. What are you casting? Kozilek's command? I mean, the Torpor was inevitably the right move to not die to the Flesh Raker. You really need to focus in on Chalice in this matchup. Even if I got Karn, we'd have to deal with the Flesh Raker. We'd have had enough mana to do so, and then Karn could have probably continued attacking in their mana base. Yeah, so Karn definitely would have been in a good spot. Unfortunate. Ugh, I hate when I make mistakes like this. It costs me. I mean, I can't really think of a situation where it wouldn't. A Karn to turn earlier would have definitely benefited me. So unfortunate. 7. So is that 8, 11, 12, 13, 13, 17. So I have to block at least one of you. The problem is I don't know if I actually have a solution here. Fortunately, that's not a solution, so we'll concede out. Annoying. Okay. Fell. Stonebrain does help. Chalice is good. I think really we're looking for Stonebrain, Dismember, Leveler. Dust, and then cut the Mycospawns. Ballista is not supposed to come in. Okay. Let's try and redeem ourselves on that one. So Chalice on 0 is very good here. This hand is not great. It's too slow. But on the play, it does make their life pretty difficult. We'll drop the tower. Go Temple, Soul, Chalice on 0. Pass the turn. Did I really? Yeah, I'm just gonna chalk it up to it's been a long day. It. Yeah. 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 Yep. 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 I think I played too much Magic today. Because I played how many rounds of... Oh, yay. How many rounds of... Pioneer? I played... that's a good question. How many did I play? I want to say it was maybe 6 rounds of Pioneer. Actually, you know what? No, we're not doing that. We're going to Warping Whale so we can ramp into the Mystic Forge. Wild. Yeah, you'll go for Karn. That much is obvious. I didn't have what I needed to get Karn out a turn earlier anyways. No, wait, that's a lie. I would have been off by 1 because I just drew into the whale. I would have needed the whale a turn earlier. Yeah. But yeah, I want to say I played at least 6 rounds. No, 5 rounds I think is what I ended up with. 5 rounds of the qualifier. And that were 5 rounds in here, pretty much back to back. So I think my mistake tonight was playing too much Magic. Oh, god dang. Well, Karn's out. We'll draw a card. We'll get the Forge. And hope that we can move the needle forward in our advantage. I mean, the main thing that we're worried about is clearing Fleshraker. Let's cast... And I guess I could just Thought Knot here, apply pressure, disrupt the hand, play the mine. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of the Kozilek's command. I mean, you can Stonebrain me all day for all I care. Right now the Sojourner needs 5 more mana. Next turn I think we just Stonebrain the Glaring Fleshraker out of the game. I'm not even going to make a note that I should have played a land. I mean, that's obvious. Opponent's thinking really hard here. I mean, and you have to just play a Stone Cycle for the land. Fascinating. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. Well, let's play the Stonebrain. Let's target you. Let's name Glaring Fleshraker. Goodbye, Fleshraker, and I do not care about that damning sphere in the slightest. It's actually kind of interesting. I think it hurts them more than it hurts me. Any other cards I should pay attention to here? Not really. Let Fleshraker out. We're still sitting on that Stone Brain, which is fine. We'll start just dealing combat damage. Stone Brain, Springleaf Drum. Damp Sphere? Yep. Chalice of the Void X equals 1 could be beneficial, I suppose. I think maybe the Mystic Forge might be better, though. Here's mine. Yeah. Not a bad idea to get some more lands on board. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 mana, so they can play the Enforcers and the Sojourners at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6. There's a Hayvar Mite. I guess they can get rid of the Chalice for what it's worth. But they can get rid of the Mystic Forge. Tap it for green. Getting rid of what? Chalice. So you have the Memnite and Opals available to you now. Yep. Yep. So at least you have a blocker now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's go ahead and play this for 0 again. You'll block, of course. Or not. Stone Brain. Guess you could activate the Stone Brain at this point. Naming what? What are you concerned about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe you don't even want the Chalice, or may want the Devourer. Kozilek's Command. Yeah. That's fair. Dismember. Let's activate Mystic Forge. Oh, let's get rid of the Memnite. Realize now I should have been attacking with the spawn this entire time because it's a Scion, not a spawn. It actually has power and toughness. Okay, well, we redeemed ourselves. Okay, yeah. Let's submit it, run it back, same as is. It's too slow. Like, if we had a Thought Knot, this would be better, but we have nothing. Like, you have Dismembers for Glowing Fleshrakers, that's about it. It's not great either. Down to 5. Might be too slow. Down to 4. Keep it. And Karn is just so good here is the problem. But trying to get to Karn from here is rough. Our saving grace would be a Urza's Mine. Oh, not to mention I have to make a choice between Chalice or Karn. this isn't great. Play land, then Chalice. For love of God. Saving Grace here is a Urza's Mine off the top. Yeah, I think that Chalice is just too slow on the draw. And the Saga too. Yeah, then you can equip it. Or is it equipped 2 or 1? 2. Jeez. Temple. Play Temple, play Chalice, pass. Yeah, I think this match is over. I think this match ended in game 1 when I punted away, starting on the upkeep. I think that was also the moment when like I truly realized how tired I was. Because they're going to make a construct on my end step. That construct going to be big. It's going to start smacking me in the face for free. Saving Grace here would be a Kozilek's command. Would at least let me deal with the construct in a meaningful way. Because they'll probably just tap for... No, they're going to... I was going to say, a tap for mana here. Oh, they're going to make it a construct. So unless they have the mana for boots... If they have the mana for boots, then I'm just practically dead. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. How many more rounds do I have at this point? This is round 5, so we have 6, 7, so 2 more rounds. Okay. Oh. Not okay. I was like, that's fine. Not playing a card anyways. Oh, it's not okay. We are dead. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Well, that was a poor showing on my part. I'll be honest, that was pretty bad. But sometimes you just don't perform the way you should be. What the hell just happened? Yeah. Sometimes you just do not perform the way you should. I think I am just overly tired and might just be a bit burnt down on Magic today. So that's on me for not recognizing that sooner. But lesson learned. Maybe don't play 10 rounds of Magic in 2 different formats, especially after I played Lotus Field combo in the Pioneer Qualifier, which is a bit of a mentally taxing deck. So that's on me. But a loss is a loss regardless of the reasons. Yes, Butter, I know. Are you trying to console me? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job. You're very cute. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for round number 6 in just a few short moments.